aren't you? You just love pushing this guy's buttons. They said we wanted to feel like he got his money's worth. There's no money exchanged here, you assholes. Yeah, this is a freebie. Well, of course, I'm not. There's nobody else here. There's no other investigators or the guys trying psychic, so you know better. Go make the REM pod go off so he knows that this is the real deal. For God's sakes. Come on, activate it. You can do that. So, well, they're trying to let you know that they're here in the most innocuous or most deliberate fashion, obviously, and they're fucking with your camera. I think that's kind of telling, to say the least. They said he wouldn't believe it if the REM pod went off, but this he certainly has to. It's certainly more personal, they said, because he knows this equipment, and because he knows it, and we just did it twice to him in front of his face, he's totally, in sync, saying, yeah, this is real. This just happened. And they're trying to impress you, they said.
Well, it's definitely working.
You want me to leave the room and let him hang around? All right, I'll show him around and let him take off. What else happened in this room? A lot of things. My key grip was dragged up to the corner of the ceiling over there.
I remember hearing that story.
Yeah, that was, unfortunately, this is a king size, this is a king, and I think it was a queen size bed. So yeah, he was dragged up to the corner of the ceiling by the unseen force. And it took him 6 months to tell us the story when it happened, because he says, I didn't believe it myself, and I don't believe in ghosts. And I was like, also, a friend of mine came in, and she's on the video. There's a video of a girl sitting here. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that? No, it's just, looks like it's just stained. Some old stains, I guess. She was here on the bed with her husband and my friend's wife, and they were sitting here, and it was my birthday, and they came down from a birthday party I was having upstairs. And they had the keyboard that's in there on this bed, and they had the digital recorder, and the camera was on, and they're talking, and when the guy, Mike, but not Mike, it was Tim Rose, looks over the door, and he says, God, it feels like some negative energy over there. And then he goes, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. 1, 2, 3, boom. Spirit says, hello? Why are you in my bedroom? They don't hear it. She recorded on a digital recorder. 10 seconds, like 4 seconds later, the keyboard starts playing. She leaves this horrendous, blood-curdling scream at the top of her lungs. And I'm like, turn the volume down. But you can hear the man's voice and then the keyboard, and she also had it recorded on her digital recorder as well. So that camera and the digital recorder captured the man's voice. And I said at first, I'm like, the son of a bitch, he thinks it's his bedroom. It's like, wait a second. Maybe he's saying, why are you down in my bedroom and not upstairs at the party? You assholes. Get back to the party. Because there was like 25 people and they broke off to come down to go ghost hunting. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. And it was like, I said, that's the way to look at it, because you can look at it any number of ways. You can come to the angle and figure out what his agenda was. And I said, what if he's trying to find out what the fuck they're doing here, not upstairs? I said, I err on the side of a guy speaking in my best interest, which is get back to the party and stop being an asshole and ghost hunt it on some other time. And like I said, it's on the YouTube channel, so you can watch the clips of the stuff. But it's kind of like, what else? Oh, my friend Nathan on Halloween 10 years ago was talking on the phone, and had his phone like this, and he's a flamboyant producer, and he goes, Sharon, if you're here, goes, why don't you just show yourself? And out of his right hand, the phone shot out, hit the screen door, and hit the ground. There was a girl coming in, a girl coming out of the bathroom, and a girl who was standing in the corner just like turned and looked, and she goes, I just saw that. Did I just see? And he was like this going, I don't know. And it was amazing because if the window not been closed, the screen not been there, right through the bars. Other people have had the experience of being locked in this bathroom. The lock is on the inside. It's not the other way around. Right, yeah. It's not, we don't lock you in. And it happens on a pretty frequent basis, and there's no explanation for it. We had the Poltergeist DVD Blu-ray release party here, like 7 years ago now. And they took all of the furniture here, the bed, the little table, the television, the big thing, they took that outside, but everything else, they crammed it all into the bathroom like a closet. Dress set the whole room up like Carol Ann's room. with a little girl's bed, a hamper, a dresser, a 4-foot tall stuffed teddy bear, a kid's was a teacup set and a table there with little chairs and that keyboard that they left here. It was playing by itself in front of people. It was hitting a single note on its own in front of people during the event here. I walked in the room and said, whose the fuck house am I in? Because it didn't look like my house. They had this 6-foot by 9-foot area rug here that was all made up to look like a little girl's room. They had the little girl's outfit dress set in front on the bed. So it was looked like it was all laid out for her to be ready to go to school the next day. I was freaking the fuck out. And they said that if we came in here, and so on video, they couldn't get in the door. The door was locked. They said noise, and I come in 5 minutes after they couldn't get in, and I opened the door by itself. And it opens by it, no problem.
I thought I just heard something tap.
Yeah, you might have.
Like I thought I bumped into something, but
Yeah, you might have. Yeah, you didn't bump into shit. I saw you the whole time. You haven't touched anything.
yeah, it sounded like it was.
Yeah, they're around for you. That's without a doubt. What else in this room? Just lots of shit's happened in this room. Just things have happened. Same with this room. Lots of things have happened. You know, the seances, the voices that they've recorded, the whole kit and caboodle. So where would you like to investigate first? This floor?
Yeah, well, what do you think the most activity is at?
You're probably in the, again, I'd say par for the course, this is the floor with the most activity outside of the laundry room upstairs.
Okay.
This has got the most, highest volume of incidents that have taken place. Oh yeah, the Blazing Saddles poster came off on its own 2 years ago on the anniversary. Just came like this, off the wall. So yeah, that's another thing. Spirit box or?
Yeah, it's
I don't think you'll need one of those here.
no, but it comes through real clear. Whereas with the
I mean, you'll be picking, if you just put your camera on, you'll find voices that are recorded on your camera that you didn't hear.
Yeah.
That are going to be recorded on there going, who the fuck was this? I said, yeah, they were in the room with you. They just, and sometimes you'll actually, hear it with your ears and going, I just heard that, like you did in there. The tapping, yeah, that's, yeah.
turn this down.
Power on.
I was charging all this stuff up earlier to make sure I had in my hotel room.
Yeah, that doesn't do any good for if they don't want you to do anything, they'll drain your batteries in a heartbeat.
Well, it was charging okay, and then I heard it sounded like an elephant was running past outside the front door. I hear bang, and then I go, and I didn't think much at the second. I look, and the door was partially